Hey guys, Sarah here, and I have finished putting in my end papers and my fabric for these little golden book journals. So again, I have a 1-inch spine on these, and I'm just gonna flip through these real quick so you can see the pretty end papers. And then I'm gonna bring out the pages that I'll be choosing from for the signatures. I didn't have 12 by 12 scrapbook paper for all of these to cut down so that I'd have both sides the same. So for this one, for example, I used some 8 by 6 pages that I had been given by Annie, and I think they worked out really well. I love the color combinations for these. I think they're really cute. And I have a little bit of a list, kind of like some of the things that I want to include in these journals, like lined paper, wallpaper, scrapbook paper, music paper, things like that. So let me show you. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Little cotton candy sticks for that one. Let me set these aside for now, and I'll show you the papers that I picked out. So I have very limited space on my desk to be able to spread these out. So let me just show you. I have my list here. I want a sheet of wallpaper for each signature, a cardstock signature cover, a piece of music paper in one of the signatures, a sheet of writing paper in each, a piece of children's dictionary in one of the signatures, and then the book signature pages are 6. We'll see if I keep all of them in after I've gone over everything. I also have wrapping paper. So that's something I haven't written on here yet, but I have torn down a sheet of wrapping paper for each of the journals. So here we have all the wrapping paper. I also have a sheet of this kind of composition paper with the space at the top. It's going to have to get cut down. So this part here, some of this will go away. I have this blue grid paper. This is the music paper that I picked out, and it is from one of the little piano books, and it has a very cute little illustrations on it. This is the dictionary page. It's just out of a children's dictionary. I have a stack of wallpaper, all different kinds that I can look through. And then a ton of scrapbook paper. And I'll just have to see which goes best with which journal. So for starters, for this journal here, this word journal, I have the wrapping paper, the signature papers, the children's dictionary, two sheets of writing paper, and that's what I'm considering writing paper, the music paper, 2 pieces of cardstock, and now I have to pick out 2 sheets of wallpaper that I think are going to go best with this journal. So let me set the rest of this aside for a minute, and we'll sit here and look and see what would be best. So anything with these colors in here, this kind of green or this teal blue, gray, red, any of those colors I think would work well. I don't think that's the right kind of red, but let's see. That wouldn't be too bad, I don't think. but I'm not set on it yet. Okay, purple. Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe. The thing is, like, I want it to be like really, really colorful, but I also have to use what I have in my stash that's gonna match. Let's see if there's anything that's really green. I like this for the green, but it also has pink, which I guess is okay because there's pink in the spine fabric. Let me grab another wallpaper book really quick and see if there's something else I could use. All right, after digging in my wallpaper stash, I have this absolutely gorgeous Pretty Prince wallpaper. This is one of my favorite wallpaper books because everything in here is so gorgeous. Like, there is no bad pages. There's no blah pages. They're all beautiful. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this kind of like lilac print that's in red and this lovely light red gingham. And I'm going to choose these two as my wallpaper pages. Let me just cut these out and I'll be right back. So now that we have all of our components arranged for this and picked out, let us go ahead and measure them, trim them, and see what our signatures will look like. I think I'm gonna go ahead and kind of fast forward any of this that I don't need to talk you through. Let's see here. I can go ahead and fold this over this way. Just checking to see which side is the cut side. Do I want to make that a folded flap is the question. This one I suppose I can. Now do I want to fold it back this way? I love the texture of the back of this wallpaper. It is so soft. It's almost like it's like slightly flannel texture, you know, like that just kind of like softness. And now I have to cut it down to size, and that is what that will look like. Sorry, I keep fidgeting with this because it doesn't look like it's square. And just trying to straighten it up as best as I can. As best I can. All right, so this flap may stay or it may go depending on how thick this ends up getting. Second sheet of a wallpaper. And then with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and fold this backwards. And then go ahead and trim it to the correct height. And lastly, I have my 2 cardstock pieces. Go ahead and trim this down to the correct height. This simply gets a fold. I love this cute little apple face right here. I think he is so cute. And then let me put away my cutter for now. Let me bring all these pages back over. We're going to count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I do need one more to make this even. So, where did I put it? I do have some of this manuscript paper. And that should work just fine. So if I build these into signatures, let's see what that would look like. I just want to restore this page. All right, so you would have, these definitely need to be reinforced. Don't worry about that. I will take care of that. Let's see, we would have a title page, a wallpaper page, a manuscript page, a wrapping paper page, and a piece of cardstock. Okay. Oh, wait, I have to put these in between here. All right, one of these, and then these, and then I think like that. Let's see how that looks. Okay, one signature. Let's try the next one. Okay, so I have one each of these that need to be distributed. I'm gonna do this one here. And this one here. Oh, I like that, I think. So how is this going to look in our spine? That is plenty of papers. Once I start adding pockets and tucking stuff in, it will quickly fill up. So I think I can take out at least 2 of these. I'm going to take out that one. I just may redistribute it. Let's see what else. Okay. I think I'm going to take the flaps off. I don't think that they're going to be, I mean, I could sew them and make them tuck spots if I add something nice here. That would take the bulk down. All right, maybe that's what I'll do. Instead of cutting these flaps off, I will sew them down and make tuck spots out of them. All right. I think I'm okay with that. And then these I'm going to cut up and use as ephemera glued onto the pages. I think I'll find a way to use this on this front page. Yeah, on this front page, maybe make this a little pocket or something right here. All right, I like how that is. So the next step is to just go ahead and collate for the rest of these journals. And 10 journals, guys, it is going to be a lot of work. Here we go. So now I've got everything collated, and I was able to pick out my wallpapers. I was able to pick out my scrapbook paper. These are all cut down to size. So I just need to fold and cut down these. Let's see here. One of the things that I struggle with as a crafter is picking out the perfect papers. You know, I take a lot of time to deliberate over, you know, what should, let me see here, what's my size? Oh yeah, plenty of room. Okay, I deliberate over, you know, what colors really go together, and depending on the different weights of the papers, and trying to make things even and balanced. And at the end of the day, that's all well and good, but don't let it deprive you of the creative process. You know, eclectic is its own style. Not everything has to be matchy-matchy or the same, or, you know, eclectic is just as valid as any other style of journal. So let's see here. This needs to be cut down to there. I'm not going to worry about, you know, folding up the extra for pockets. If I decide to do pockets on these particular pages, I can always sew them in before everything is bound. So I'll decide whether I want to do maybe triangle pockets or bottom pockets. Since the scrapbook paper is so thick anyway, I don't really want that extra bulk of folding it up. So either way, I'll just attach it by gluing or by sewing, and try to cut out as much of the bulk as possible. So I'm going to try to keep the offcuts with each journal as much as possible. So let's see here. Again, I think what I'll do is, let's see, which one do I want? I think I really like that. Whoops, you guys probably can't see. I think I really want this as my first signature cover. And I think I can put this on here in a way that would look really, really cute. So my 2 pages that I'm going to take are the first from that signature, and seeing as it's completely broken, the first from the second signature. So that leaves us with this. This, I'm struggling here because I really want to go back and copy what I did in the first signature, in the first journal, but I don't think that I need to. The only thing I can pretty much remember that I had. So those go to the side. that's the first signature. How many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I like that. Of course, this isn't final placement for anything. Everything can get rearranged. Putting these here, these here. I want to grab my fabric leftovers that I have and clip them in here as well. There we go. There we go. That's number 2. Number 3, I'm just going to speed through this, guys. I don't want to make this a super long video. So another little sped through compilation of me cutting all these down and arranging them. All right, so we've gotten our papers all cut down and collated. I've got the scraps all with the books that they are from. And next time I'll be going through and using our scraps, using some die cuts, some flashcards, all kinds of extra goodies to decide where I want to put some pockets. And then we can talk about maybe tags and other things that I would like to put in here. So that's all I have for you guys today. I'm really excited. I am still slightly overwhelmed that I'm doing 10 at a time, but we'll see. I'm gonna just keep pressing forward and hopefully we'll get them all finished. And I think this is gonna be really, really fun. So as always, guys, thank you for being here. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.